thank you for my life, for my life. Lord, I thank you for every victory in you I see. Whew, let me turn this down before they shut me down for copyright issues. Whew. Some days you can't do nothing but just breathe. First of all, I want to thank everybody that follows me. I want to thank you all for allowing me the moments of vulnerability, for allowing me the opportunity to be transparent, for not judging me and only expecting me to uplift you every day and not have my moments of weakness. Thank you. Thank you. I am so human and I'm a work in progress. And although I absolutely believe every single solitary thing that I say to all of y'all, it was a habitual practice that allowed me to learn these tools. That's why my first book is called My Spiritual Smile, Tools for Emotional and Mental Transformation. And when I go through something in life, I love to share it because it's always somebody else that I can help. It's always some other woman who's like, dang, okay, what do I think I got it together? I got it all together. I got my home, I got my business, got my mind right. My mind is magic, but it's always that one mountain to climb. And I just want to thank you guys for not making me feel that I can't be honest. You know, in everything that I state, everything that I choose to share, I'm honest about. But what I shared recently about my entanglement for all of these years was like where I might want to keep some of that to myself, other than my little circle. I realize that God is always like, you know what? That mess, what you calling a mess, can truly be a message for somebody else. It truly can. It's a whole lot of women, hardworking women, beautiful women that get caught up in stuff like that, or just the distrust of somebody else, or just believing that somebody else wouldn't do certain things, or believing because you have a foundation of so many years of friendship. That's what I'm talking about. You know, I was friends with my daughter's father for many years. He was my protector. He was who I called if somebody hurt me. You know, yeah, it was in that old gangster type of way, but you know, that's okay. I love that. What I learned is you can't pray somebody into being a different person. You can't. You can twinkle your nose and pray and numb your whole rate cake. They are who they want to be. And until, just like I had to embark upon my own spiritual journey, they have to embark upon theirs. And it is no guarantee that they will. They can make it into their grave. You know, what had me so upset is when you aren't used to bucking on people. When you're not used to saying, no, that ain't right. No, you're not about to do this. No, you're not about to do this to me. When you're not used to bucking on people and you're used to kind of cowering down, even though you don't have a cowering down personality, but you're kind of used to cowering down and being like, yeah, you're right. Even though you're like rolling your eyes like, are you crazy? This is ridiculous. But you don't ever speak up. And then when you finally say, no, you're not about to do this. You're not about to do that to me. You're not about to treat me like that. And then when you buck on a person and then they act like you did them wrong, it's an emotional manipulation, and they act like you have, just how dare you? You don't get to buck. You ain't been bucking. So how you gonna buck now? You know, but I'm gonna tell you something who I am. You can't hold nothing over my head because I tell it all. Okay? I tell it all because it can help somebody else. Whether it's embarrassing, I'm not even embarrassed, because this is life. And you can only learn that. I mean, you can go through the motions and you can say, Lord, I got it. I fixed the past trauma. I closed some of these holes that I had from, some of the issues that I had. But the truth of the matter is, and this is the truth, this is the part that hurts me. I still hadn't completely fixed the holes from the abandonment of my mother. So not wanting my daughter to ever be abandoned by her father or ever feel that feeling, I allowed things that's like, no, I know, SaBrina, what is wrong with you? Stand up. But that fear, that little fear of my daughter having to feel any of the pain of not having one of her parents made me comply. And that's just the truth. But this is the great part. It's always a silver lining. It's always joy on the other side. And I'm not in any way saying this person is a bad person. I loved him for years as my friend and for many, many years as my lover. Let's just be clear and frank. But when you haven't closed all your wounds and you love through those wounds, that love comes out toxic. That love comes out. And it's not just me, but that ain't none of my business. But when you haven't worked on everything, which I thought I had, that's the disappointing part. That's why I get so disappointed. It's like, damn, I write books on this, but it's a daily practice. Things still come back. When God is trying to transform you into this amazing person, you get slapped in the face with certain realities or certain things you still need to work on, or certain areas you still need to attend to. And I learned this because I had addicts as parents. I always prided myself and said, oh, thank God I never abused alcohol. Thank God I never used drugs. Don't touch this stuff, because I know I had addicts as parents. But I've learned through this that addiction comes in other ways. Addiction to people, addiction to people, addiction, sexual addiction, not being able to break away from something that you've been doing for so long, even when you know that God is trying to pull you out. I told this story before and I write about it in my book, when a spirit got to come down from heaven itself and say, excuse me, get up out of there. Anyway, I love you guys. And there is nothing more important than helping you while I grow, than just laying it all on the line and showing you that I don't care what you've been through in life. I don't care what you've been through. You can attend to it and you can heal from it, because it affects the way you love. It affects what you allow in your life. It affects your ability to stand up. Even as the Leo alpha female that I am, it affects you to be able to stand up and say, are you freaking kidding me? No, and then when you do, and then you're treated like you tripping, you emotional, you wrong. And then you start getting accused of stuff you didn't even do. You got to defend that. Like, no, that wasn't me. I didn't do that. I did this, but I didn't do that. It's just ridiculous. And I'm just emotionally exhausted. But I share this with you, not to make you feel some way about a certain type of person. I'm not. But just to tell you my story and my journey and how past trauma can affect love. It can affect why you stay in certain types of things. This has always never been right. It's always been possessive and aggressive and territorial and dysfunctional. Always. But then the only reason why it calms down is because I just comply. Like, okay, see you when I see you, no big deal. Do whatever you want. I'll be here. And that's just not who I am anymore. It just hurts that when you do say, hey, That's not, I don't want that. Or is this what you've been doing? And this, because when you know somebody so long, you kind of expect a mutual respectful conversation about certain things. You really do. You expect them to say, hey, I know this what we've been doing, but I love you. I'm going to take care of my daughter, but this is what I'm doing now. You don't expect any form of deception. You don't. Maybe I'm stupid. I just don't. So anyway, I'm moving on. Because guess what? God has a wonderful, 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 wonderful man for me. God has, I see myself getting remarried by age 53 or 54 years old. I do. To a man that I don't have to sign a prenup. To a man that, is a giver. To a man that is loving and kind and not a liar. To a man that is can love my daughter as if she was his own. I see it, but I couldn't do it until I stopped this bull crap, this dysfunctional bull crap, this entanglement, okay? People get caught up in titles, but when you are giving yourself mentally, emotionally, and physically to a person, whether you call it a relationship or not, you are relating. So I'm tired, y'all. And thank you again. For listening. I know some of you guys on here right now are some of the ones that tried to talk to me, and I just wasn't there emotionally. I wasn't there mentally, and I wasn't there available. I just wasn't, But that's unfair. So I'm sorry. But I love you guys. I don't want to make this video too long. It's already 12 minutes. You guys have a great day. I just want you to know everything I say and put out publicly is the absolute truth. I don't know how to be anything but transparent. I really don't. I get people in my inbox, girl, don't say that. Girl, don't do that. I can't do it. I just say, this the truth. Accept me. Love me for me. Anyway, I love you guys. I'm going to go drink a glass of wine and relax and start a new journey in my life.